Welcome to Moonlit Fly Fishing. I'm Brandon Moon and it's fly tying night tonight. Tonight we're going to be tying up an Olive SOS Perdigon style nymph. The SOS is the Higa's SOS nymph, but we've taken it and converted it into a Perdigon nymph. SOS stands for Save Our Skins, and the SOS Higa was created by Spencer Higa in Utah. So if you've had your skin saved by the SOS and want to up your game just a little bit, check this video out and we'll see you on the flip side. So the hook that we're going to be using today is the Moonlit Premium ML 501 in a size 16. I'm going to start my 12/0 thread right behind the bead of the hook with a couple wraps. Then I'm going to take the 0.12 or 0.23 tying wire from Semper Fly, lead free. I'm going to put it inside my bead, secure it down, and then I'm going to wrap 3 wraps going forward, secure it off, and then we'll helicopter that out. And then I'm going to take my tag end of thread that you see I still have and I left to create a nice smooth underbody going back to the bend of the hook. I'm not going to take and cut off my tag end yet. You'll see why in just a second. We're going to take some Coke de Leon in medium done. You can take hen saddle feathers for the tail as well. I'm going to measure them to be about 3/4 of the length of the hook shank. If they're a little long, I can adjust them. Can't lengthen them, but I can always shorten them. So we're going to tie those in. And I'm going to wrap all the way up to the lead-free wire there and secure it down. I'm going to trim that out just so that I can get a nice clean wrap there. We'll go all the way up to the lead. Secure it down just a little bit into there. Now we're going to go back just behind there. I'm going to take my Olive translucent Perdigon body from Semper Fly. I'm going to tie this in and then we'll use it and wrap it backwards to create a nice smooth underbody. You can see it's long right there, and then as I'm wrapping I'm going to pull that through just a little bit. We'll go back to the tie-in point at the bend of the hook. And then we'll start creating a taper to our body by going forward and backwards. I'm going to do this 3 or 4 times just so that I create a nice smooth taper to this body like a Perdigon. You can see that I stop right behind the lead-free wire so that I'm not building up too much into the thorax and create that taper going into there as well. And I just eyeball that so that I can get a nice good clean taper and wrap. Once I've created that, I'm going to half hitch my thread so that I can take my Perdigon body. We'll take that and we're going to use the rotary feature. Since I half hitched that, I'm going to use the rotary feature to wrap this body material. My tag end was a little shorter than I'd like, so it didn't sit in my material clip real well. Make sure as you're wrapping you don't cut your Perdigon body on the sharp hook point there. We're just going to wrap this Perdigon body all the way up into the bead of the hook. And once we wrap up into the bead of the hook, we're going to take our thread. We'll secure it down, tie it down real quick. Once we've done that, we'll take and trim that out. I pull on it just a little bit because it's got a little stretch, and then it'll give me a little cleaner pull there. So now I'm going to create my thorax in just a moment. I'll half hitch again. Now I'm going to take a black alcohol marker to create my rib look on this pattern. You can see the black alcohol marker. I'm going to mark up, I don't know, an 1 or 2 inches of thread here so that I can wrap it. You can see it's just marking, creating that dark rib color there. Once I've done that, I'm going to put my thread on my bobbin rest, put my marker away, give it just a second to dry just a little bit. I'm going to wrap that underneath the tail and then start my rib, wrapping forward with open spiral wraps, and you can see I'm getting a nice smooth, even segmentation there. Secure that tag end off. Trim it out with my razor blade. Now we're going to create our thorax. Instead of using dubbing, I'm just going to use a thread. So I want about a bead's length for my thorax here. Once I've created that, I'm going to flip it upside down, cut a small strand of Semperfli micro glint in golden olive, flip it over in half, and then I'm going to take a loose wrap and secure that down at the front part of that. And then I'm going to do crisscross wraps to secure the legs in place. I can manipulate them to hold them in place just a little bit. Now I'm just going to take and whip finish real quick. I'm just going to do 2-turn whip. Trim that out with my razor blade because I like the nice clean trim. Take 12-aught fluoro yellow, couple wraps in over the top, and then I'm going to secure it down behind it. Trim that out. Now I'm just going to take and whip finish again. 2 or 3 turn whip because I'm going to secure this knot down with some UV resin. And this is just going to create my hot spot collar here. Trim that out with my razor blade again. Now I'm going to measure my legs and trim them about 2/3 of the body length on both sides. You can see nice buggy legs on this. Now I'm going to take the UV resin, Solres Thin Hard. I'm going to put a drop on the top side of this where that bead has that little hole. Take my bodkin and I'm just going to take and secure that over the top of the body. You can see this gives me a nice smooth taper, not too bulky. Now I'm going to take and flip it up overside, and I'm going to put just a small amount on the underside of this, or top side when it's inverted, and we'll just smooth that out over the top there as well. And then we'll take our UV pin, cure this up. Getting really close at this point. Once that's done, I'm going to apply my wing case, and I'm using some black gel like nail polish. I'm going to put a small dab here, as you can see, on my bodkin, and then set it down. You can put this wing case, as you can see here, I'm putting it right there on the top side as it's inverted, or you can put it on the back side, as either one works. I'll take my UV pin and I'll cure that up just a little bit. It's not going to dry at 100%, but it's going to help cure it up so that it's ready. And there you have the Olive SOS